Hello and welcome to the Enspiral External Update, February 2021. I am your host and Enspiral Catalyst, Jorian, and this series of videos is here for you to better understand what happens in a network like Enspiral. This is the mirror of a piece of communication that we have within Enspiral, just with a couple of modifications because I can't show 100% of what happens there. There's confidential information, but everything else comes here. And just so you understand from a behavior level how a network like ours operates. And today there's a bunch of updates, a bunch of stuff to talk about, so let's get to it. First of all, the big thing that's happening in Inspire right now is, is Enspiral Summerfest, which is a big presential gathering that's happening this weekend in Wellington, New Zealand, which is quite special because in Wellington, New Zealand as a whole, you can gather. They have cracked COVID and there's alarm zero over there. People can meet and walk around without masks. So it, as wonderful as Summerfest is always, this year is quite special. And the Summerfest this year is going to be all about play and regeneration because this is really what the world is looking for right now. So I wish everybody there a wonderful time. Generally, this would be an event that I would invite folks. If you are in Wellington, New Zealand, you might want to consider this weekend participating in this magical event. But of course, these days, if you're not already in New Zealand, no way. Strange, eh? Okay, so another thing that's happening right now is that we are changing the way we operate our finances within Enspiral. The way that we have right now, it works, but it's a bit arcane. It has the grandchildren of decisions made years ago, 7 years ago, that don't make much sense anymore. So JV proposed a completely new way to deal with our financials, which is incredibly simple compared to the system we have right now, and we're trying to push this forward. So just so you know, in a network like Enspiral, where there's a very little amount of conflict, we still have this kind of trouble, and this is not going to be the last time we need to work on that. But then somebody came up with a proposal to make everything simple, to have just one wallet for everything, to make bookkeeping operate in just a couple of steps instead of the many steps we have right now. And everybody seems to be happy with this, even though it's not implemented yet. Another thing that's happening right now is that we in Enspiral, we have this paid position called the Catalyst. I'm one of the Catalysts. The other one's called John right now. And this is a part-time job, but it's basically what oils the interactions in the community. And one of the things that are part of this work, it's actually quite a new addition, is this accountability pulse. The Catalysts, they evaluate their own work, and they're responsible for making this evaluation comprehensible and shareable, and share it with the network. So this is what's happening right now. We evaluate everything that happened in a period a little over 6 months, like 8 months. And we talked about all of our projects and the main things that happened. And we also talk about our plans for the future, how our funding is going on, everything that we're dedicating our energy to. This is definitely something that will be in our handbook one day. It's not yet. We're still figuring it out, but this is the second time we do this pulse, and it's been very well received by the community. So this is also that we want to offer to other institutions, other networks that also want to have a catalyst. It includes a questionnaire of that we decide that we have to reply to all the questions every time we do a post like this. And also the process for hiring a new catalyst uses the same questionnaire in a way to get a good idea of what that person would focus if they were a catalyst. So this is a technology that will be put in our handbook to you as soon as a catalyst or a volunteer finds the time to make it happen. But I feel like before, this was still being decided, still very raw. Now we have crystallized this process, so it's time to share it. Cool. Ooh, okay, from the network, what have we been talking about? What have we been writing about? And the folks at Greater Than, one of the biggest Enspiral ventures, they launched this new gorgeous website. It's so cool. And look, it's already looking good at the top of the page, but look what happens. I absolutely love this sunrise. And as you can see, it's just a beautifully designed. Everything is very well spaced. There's a couple of really cool visual elements here. So if you haven't heard of the work of Greater Than, I invite you to give this website a look to begin this connection. And maybe send them a message. They do a bunch of really cool stuff. And part of this whole redesign website thing is... oops. Sorry. It's a text by Fran talking about the motivations that made them rebrand the website and honestly rework how they operate, because Greater Than does consultancy and courses to help organizations collaborate and decentralize and organize themselves in a regenerative way, in a way that creates a virtuous cycle. And in many ways, Greater Than themselves had to go through this process of reorganize internally and find this best way to collaborate in order to create that website and in order to restructure themselves. So this is a great text about having a very push forward in mentality and redoing the way you do things. Very cool. Oh, and also I should point out that this website was made by another Enspiral venture called Bamboo, and they did a wonderful job. I mean, I always thought that Bamboo's website looked great. It's very cool. But I do think, Bamboo, that you made a website that's even better for Greater Than. You did too good. And I also want to point out that 17DM Creative, which is a company by an Inspired contributor called Anna Marie, also helped this whole website process. They didn't design the website itself, but they did help with a lot of the sense making that started this whole process, that ended up creating this website. So less of the design and more of the finding what's important part of the thing. And this page here, I know they have testimonials somewhere. Oh yeah, client feedback, and there's feedback from Fran talking exactly about this process of creating the Greater Than website. Cool. Also, Greater Than Academy, which is a branch of Greater Than that it's all about presential courses and cohorts. They launched this new Thriving Networks course. It's a 5-week intensive course for about money and how resources flow within networks. So if you're struggling with that, this is a great opportunity to host not only Greater Than, but also your peers, people from other networks facing more or less the same problems. Cool. Itamar launched this text about increasing relational productivity, and he has this very particular language around leadership and around productivity that I find very interesting. He treats everything kind of in vectors, like the role of a leader being stimulating behaviors that wouldn't be stimulated if the leader was not there. So where are those vectors pointing? How can you increase them? For me, it's very helpful, this kind of language. So I invite you to also give it a look. Oh, Stephen he already has this amazing project called Autopia. But this project just got upgraded in a very excited way. It is a crypto economic experiment in community and co-creation, and now they have their own coin. I don't remember the name of the coin right now. I know it's AUT, the symbol for it. Maybe it's Autopias, I'm not sure, but he just released that, and Stephen gives courses about cryptocurrency investment and how to better understand what are the cool new projects happening. So this is super exciting, and I invite you to give it a look. and maybe get involved. Michal launched this blog post about the anti-library, about how to be more deliberate about the content you consume. So it's not about just consuming whatever comes your way, but to choose very carefully what you're going to put in your library and then consume this library over time. It's very interesting. If you have your brain scattered just like mine in the beginning of this year, this might be a good invitation for you to find your focus and engage with your media consumption in a more, I don't know, from the heart way. This is a video that I posted as part of a YouTube project called Project for Awesome, which is an amazing thing that happens on YouTube, where creators are invited to stop their normal content creation and make videos about charities. And the most interesting part for me is that even though it's about fundraising for charities, it attracts quite the young audience. You see like 14-year-olds and 18-year-olds and 21-year-olds engaging with fundraising for charity. I think it's quite special, quite rare. I made this video promoting a charity called ISA, and particularly a project called Peoples of the Forest that's trying to keep the sovereignty of Amazonian tribes that are under a lot of threat and stress right now. So if you're interested in engaging with the Project for Awesome or with this charity, all the links will be here. With just a couple of clicks, you can really help me get a grant for this charity. And also, of course, check out the video. I talk very passionately, very emotionally, of course, about what's happening in the Amazon and why I think it's important for us to pay attention to those cultures dying. Heavy stuff, but we can save them. Cool. So Rich posted this text, Metamodernism, Social Justice, and in his own words, it's a text on the making for the last 10 years. It's about how he falling in love and being disillusioned by the world of activism. I'm gonna be honest, he had just posted this when I started recording this, when I was about to record this video, so I haven't read it. Like, he had posted minutes before. But if he says that it's 10 years in the making, I do believe it's probably a big deal. And if you're interested in Rich's post, Rich is one of the people I most feature in those videos, you're probably gonna dig that one too. Oh, for the moment of Zen today, I got something quite beautiful. Yeah, it's this comic strip called A Day at the Park. It's quite a long comic strip if you look at it. And it is sort of adorable in its style, but it's very deep. It talks about the generational gaps and gaps in opinion and points of view of the world and the value of questions, and now in this cartoony sort of a Dr. Seuss-y way. It's very poetic in its visuals and also in its content. I don't know. It brought a particular kind of kindness to me, made my day better. So I thought I should share here as well. And that's me for today, folks. It was a big video because we've got a lot of stuff going on. And I see you folks next month. Ciao, ciao.